All right, Falcons fans, buckle up because today's news isn't just big, it could shake up everything going on in Flowery Branch. We've got a lot to talk about, and I'm breaking it all down for you. So go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get straight into it. Quarterback Kirk Cousins reportedly wants out of Atlanta. Yep, that's right. He's asking to be released. And this could completely change how the Falcons handle their offseason. On top of that, we've got news about star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson possibly becoming available and why the Falcons probably won't make a move for him. Stick around, because this gets real interesting. Let's start with the bombshell. Kirk Cousins wants to leave. According to D. Orlando Ledbetter of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Cousins has officially told the team he wants to be released. This isn't just a rumor anymore. Ledbetter made it clear during an interview on Cleveland's 92.3 The Fan. Kirk has asked to be let go. Now let's rewind a bit. When the Falcons made the big move to draft Michael Penix Jr., they basically sent a message. The future is here, and it's not Kirk Cousins. Penix is the starter. Cousins is the backup. And for a veteran QB who just signed a 4-year, $180 million contract last March with $100 million guaranteed, that's a tough pill to swallow. Think about that for a second. Cousins isn't even expected to show up for voluntary workouts this offseason. And honestly, who can blame him? He's not looking to carry a clipboard on the sidelines. He wants to be the guy. But in Atlanta, that opportunity has likely passed him by. At the NFL owners' meetings, head coach Raheem Morris basically confirmed it. He said, "We do know he would like an opportunity to be a starter again," but quickly added, "We're very comfortable with him being our backup." That's not exactly leaving the door open. That's more like slamming it shut with a neon "no vacancy" sign. Morris also said he hasn't had direct talks with Cousins about waiving his no-trade clause, mainly because they don't even know which team would take on his massive contract. And that's the issue. Cousins had a rough year in Atlanta. He completed about 67% of his passes for 3,580 yards and 18 touchdowns, but he also threw 16 interceptions. That's nearly a 1-to-1 ratio. Not great. In his last 5 starts, he threw just 1 touchdown and 9 picks. The Falcons went 1-4 during that stretch. Now, Cousins says he was dealing with elbow and shoulder issues after Week 10, but the Falcons say he was medically cleared after Week 11 and wasn't even on the injury report. So was he pushing through pain, or are they not on the same page? Either way, it adds another twist to an already messy situation. Here's where it gets interesting. The Falcons aren't shutting the door on trading or releasing him, but only if the right opportunity comes along. Coach Raheem Morris made that clear. He said, "This isn't about holding Kirk back. If the right situation pops up, one that works for both the Falcons and Cousins, we'll consider it." But here's the tricky part. Releasing Cousins would come with a huge cap hit. Remember that $100 million guaranteed? Yeah, that money doesn't just vanish. Cutting him would seriously limit what the Falcons can do this offseason. That cash could have been used to build around your rookie QB, upgrade the defense, or even chase a big-name free agent. Speaking of big names, let's shift to another headline. Trey Hendrickson. If you're a Falcons fan, you know why this name should get your attention. Hendrickson has put up 17.5 sacks in each of the last 2 seasons. That's more than half of what the entire Falcons defense managed last year. Just 31 total sacks in 2024, which was dead last in the league. This pass rush issue isn't new. It's been a problem for years. And Hendrickson is the kind of guy who can change a defense fast. So what's the holdup? Hendrickson is still under contract with the Bengals for 1 more year. That deal pays $15.88 million, but none of it is guaranteed. He's not happy about that. He wants a long-term deal with job security. He's 30 years old and knows this might be his last shot at a big payday. Here's what Hendrickson had to say. I don't think I want to play for incentives that are out of my control. I don't want a short-term deal and just see what happens. I want to tell my wife, this is where we're going to live. This is where we'll build a family. Now imagine you're sitting in the Falcons front office. What would you do? Should Atlanta move on from Cousins and take the cap hit just to create more flexibility for the future? Should they take a big swing and go after Hendrickson to finally fix that pass rush? Let me know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And before we go, it's time to say goodbye to a legend, Julio Jones. Yes, that Julio. The face of a generation of Falcons football has officially retired from the NFL, and he did it in true ATL fashion on 404 Day, giving Atlanta one last shout-out in his farewell video. This one hits different, Falcons fans. All the emotions are flooding in. First off, yeah, most of us saw this coming. The rumors had been floating around, especially after Julio sat out all of 2024 without suiting up for a team. But now it's official. Julio Jones is retiring. And let's be real, it doesn't just feel like the end of a career. It feels like the end of an era in Falcons history. Julio didn't just thank the league or his most recent teams. He gave Atlanta a special shout-out, and that means everything. He showed love to the city that made him a star, to the fans who watched him fly through the air, stretch for impossible catches, and dominate every field he stepped on. He didn't just play wide receiver, he redefined what a WR1 could be. From that bold draft day trade in 2011 to the sideline sprints to Super Bowl 51, Julio was different. A once-in-a-generation type of talent. And now, it's over. Let's make this clear. Julio Jones is the most talented player in Atlanta Falcons history. No debate, no argument. The man finished with 13,629 receiving yards, 17th all-time. But here's the wild part. He did it in just 151 games. That's unreal. And if injuries hadn't slowed him down, we're probably talking top 5 receiver of all time, maybe even top 3. Remember 2016? Matt Ryan's MVP season, Kyle Shanahan calling the shots. Julio racked up 1,409 yards in the regular season, then torched the Packers in the NFC Championship for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. That wasn't just a game, that was a clinic. And yeah, Super Bowl 51 still stings. We all carry that heartbreak. But never forget the catch, the toe tap on the sideline, that moment when we all jumped up and shouted, "Give that man a ring!" He didn't get that ring. But what he gave this city, that can't be measured in trophies. Julio was Atlanta, quiet, focused, dominant. He never needed to talk trash. His play said it all. And believe me, the entire NFL heard it loud and clear for over a decade. Now the Falcons are already preparing to put him in the Ring of Honor. And you can bet he's heading straight to Canton too. First ballot Hall of Famer. No questions asked. That gold jacket is waiting for him. So thank you, Julio. Thank you for the unforgettable moments. Thank you for showing us greatness. Thank you for sticking with Atlanta through the highs, the heartbreaks, the injuries, and everything in between. You never made it about yourself, but now, for the first time, we're making it all about you. All right, Falcons family, it's your turn. What's your favorite Julio Jones moment? Drop your memories in the comments. Let's send this legend off the right way. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Rise up, Atlanta.